Hi folks, in our continuing session on seminars, I wanted to go into a little bit more detail about where to find chairs. And if you have a church or if you have a community building that is in the area that you can borrow the chairs from, that is great. But what if you don't have a way to get those chairs? There are chair rental places. They will go ahead and rent you these chairs per unit on a relatively reasonable fee. And what that allows you to do is you can have a great big seminar and you don't have a lot of money tied up long term. Now what happens if you say, but Reed, if I just held 2 or 3 of these, it'd go ahead and pay for itself. That's why before you start buying chairs, you want to ask yourself, am I going to do this one-time shot or is this going to be recurring? If I'm going to have this be recurring, where can I store those chairs in the meantime? If I only need the chairs once a month or once every quarter, is that worth my time? What is it going to cost me to store them somewhere else? Where do I go ahead and put them? But if you have a place to put these chairs, having the chairs there gives you a lot of flexibility because you can hold a seminar right then within a half hour and you can go ahead and start one. What type of chairs should you have? I have had seminars with the folding chairs, the folding metal chairs. Those get really uncomfortable. I've had the sculpted resin chairs that they fold up and they just mold, and they're very comfortable. But after a couple of hours, they get uncomfortable. I've also done the banquet chairs. Now the banquet chairs are padded bottoms and padded backs, and those you can stay in for hours, very comfortable. Any type of chair is going to get uncomfortable after a couple of hours, but you want to have people feel comfortable enough to stay there and not be in pain. You're going to have breaks every hour, hour and a half anyway, so that people can get up and buy things. Tables. Where can you find tables? I like Craigslist. You can go and find chairs and tables online. Another place you can do this is contact local hotels and see if they're doing a major upgrade. Now a good hotel doesn't have lousy chairs. They have to have really, really, really nice chairs. And so every 3 or 4 years they want to upgrade these, and they'll have massive amounts of these chairs that they're disposing of. You want to be able to get these at a good price and get these get a bulk amount of them, which isn't a bad thing to do. If you can get 30, 40, 50 chairs at a time, you're great. We paid less than $10 a piece for chairs. $9 actually. Tables. Where do you find tables? This is a little bit outside most people's expertise. You can make tables, and here's how you do it. There's a place called Harbor Freight that has the legs that fold down, and so you have the metal legs, and then you can go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get 3/4 inch plywood, and I would probably get the particle board that is OSB. Go ahead and cut those, put those together, put a rim around it of 2x4s or 2x3s, and you can attach these, put a nice top over top of it, and we did that for a little bit less than $40 a piece. Really nice tables that are going to last forever. Now if you have an 8-foot conference table, you're probably going to spend $80 to $100. If you're going to get a lot of conference tables, it might be something to consider to go ahead and build them yourself. If you're handy, if you have the tools, if you have the time. If you don't have the tools, if you don't have the time, look online. I would always want to get matching tables, but if you can't, you might want to consider just having chairs.